the big names on stage for tonight. It's night 2 of the Democrats' Battle Royale. So let's take a look at some of tonight's biggest moments. With us now, chief political anchor and host of Special Report, Bret Baier. Bret, we talked about Senator Harris. She's probably on your list.
She is number 1 on my list. I think if you polled people in this room, Shannon, they would say tonight Kamala Harris is the number 1 winner of this debate, hands down, because she created those moments. There were numerous moments where she was personal, she was the adult in the room, and then the biggest moment that Peter just mentioned, the confrontation with Joe Biden. But take a listen to some other moments in this debate from Senator Harris.
Where was that question when the Republicans and Donald Trump passed a tax bill that benefits the top 1% and the biggest corporations in this country, contributing at least $1 trillion to the debt of America, which middle-class families will pay for one way or another?
Senator Harris, I'm so sorry. We will let all of you speak. Senator Harris. Senator Harris. Please, we will let you all speak. Senator Harris.
We can't afford to wait for evolution on these issues.
Okay, guys, you know what? America does not want to witness a food fight. They want to know how we're going to put food on their table. This microphone that the President of the United States holds in her hand is used in a way that is about reflecting the values of our country and not about locking children up.
But time and again, Shannon, she created these moments. And the moment with Biden really stopped everybody in this spin room. I think that you're going to hear that. You're going to see that on front pages. You're going to, that's going to be the moment. And she probably won both debates with her performance tonight. Second, and this is more about issues, looking towards 2020 and the race ahead. And that is the hand raising on illegal immigration and health care for illegal immigrants. Take a look.
Raise your hand if your government plan would provide coverage for undocumented immigrants. Okay.
Raise your hand if you think it should be a civil offense rather than a crime to cross a border without documentation. Can we keep the hands up so we can see them?
Let's remember, that's not just a theoretical.
Now, I mean, Joe Biden's hand was it wasn't fully up, and then they went back to him and checked on it. But that moment was picked up in Osaka, Japan, by President Trump, who tweeted, "All Democrats just raised their hands for giving millions of illegal aliens unlimited health care. How about taking care of American citizens first?" That's the end of that race. I think you're seeing the framing of the 2020 race. That's a huge pillar. I think Peter may have touched on it, the moment where Eric Swalwell, the congressman from California, turned to Biden and said, it's time to pass the torch.
More than once.
And he quoted Senator Biden saying that when he was in high school. That was a moment between Swalwell and Biden. Biden was under attack numerous times. We thought he would be. The last thing was down the line when they asked all the candidates, what would be the first thing you did as president of the United States? And some of the answers were all over the map. Vice President Biden said first thing he'd do is defeat Donald Trump. Well, I mean, if he was president of the United States, he'd already have done that.
You would have already been president.
But Marianne Williamson, who had some interesting answers throughout the debate, said the first thing she would do is call New Zealand, the leader of New Zealand, and say, we're the best place to live, not you. So it was a fascinating...
It was, and we were looking forward to seeing how she would interact with this group, because we've had her on the show. I'm sure you've probably interviewed her before. She's a very different kind of candidate, and I think she did bring a different kind of energy and kind of perspective from most everybody else is an elected leader and a politician. So I think that she really shook things up a little bit.
She did.
From her end of the stage.
She did. And I think the timing was, she didn't get a lot of time. Andrew Yang really didn't get a lot of time. I think Mayor Pete had a decent night, but by far and away, hands down, Kamala Harris will come out of this and maybe these 2 debates as the biggest winner.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of folks knew her if they were paying attention. They were dialed into the Kavanaugh hearings, the confirmation hearings last year as a member of the Judiciary Committee. She was very vocal. Senator Booker, who was on the stage last night, they were both very vocal, but this took them to a different level now, putting them in the political arena. And for people who weren't familiar with her after this, they certainly will be.
I do think that these 2 debates over the past 2 nights show how far left at some issues the Democratic Party has gone. Think about the evolution from Obamacare, where they couldn't even talk about illegal immigrants or undocumented immigrants having access to health care. Now everybody's raising their hand. I think the Trump administration, the Trump campaign, is going to take this issue and run with it. That, socialism, probably late-term abortion, and the economy will be the pillars for 2020 for the Trump campaign.
And whomever the eventual nominee is, we'll see how they try to pivot back, as both sides always do in the general election anyway. All right, Bret, thank you very much.
See you later.
We'll see you a little bit later.